Italy has lost one of its greatest storytellers. Francesco Guccini, the singer-songwriter often described as the voice of ordinary lives, has died at the age of 86, and the tributes flooding in from across Italian politics, music, and culture make one thing clear: this wasn't just the loss of a musician. This was the loss of a man who spent 6 decades putting the Italian experience into words. Francesco Guccini died on Thursday morning, August 6, 2026, at his home in the hamlet of Pavana, in the municipality of Sambuca Pistoiese, in the province of Pistoia. He passed away surrounded by the love of his wife, Raffaella Zuccari, his daughter, Teresa, and his family. His family confirmed the news in an official statement, and the message they shared was as gracious as it was heartbreaking. They wrote, "In asking that this moment of grief may be lived in the utmost intimacy, we would like to thank in advance all those who will share in their mourning with affection, discretion, and respect." In accordance with Guccini's own wishes, his funeral will be held privately in the coming days. But his family also confirmed that a public memorial ceremony will be organized in September, giving the countless fans who loved him a chance to properly say goodbye. Born in Medina on June 14, 1940, Guccini's story is deeply tied to the very landscape his songs so often explored. As a child during the Second World War, while his father served in the Italian military, Guccini lived with his grandparents in the mountain village of Pavana in the Tuscan-Emilian Apennines, the same village where he would ultimately pass away more than 8 decades later. After the war, he returned to Medina, where, in one of those small historical details people love discovering, he actually attended the same school as Luciano Pavarotti. As a teenager, he found inspiration first in the Everly Brothers and later, more famously, in Bob Dylan, before eventually moving to Bologna in 1961, the city that would become the true emotional and creative center of his life and career. Guccini began writing songs in the late 1950s and released his debut album, Folk Beat N1, in 1967. But it was 1972's Radici, an album built entirely around the theme of searching for one's own roots and origins, that brought him widespread commercial success and produced some of his most enduring, beloved songs. Over a recording career spanning nearly 6 decades, he released around 17 studio albums, becoming one of the defining figures of the cantautori tradition, Italy's singer-songwriter movement known for blending music with literary depth and social commentary. He announced his retirement from touring and recording after 2012's L'Ultima Thule, though he did return in later years for a couple of albums of traditional cover songs, including Canzoni do Intorto and Canzoni d'Osteria. But Guccini was never just a musician. He was also a novelist, essayist, comic book writer, actor, screenwriter, and even a scholar of dialectology. His narrative debut, Chroniche Epiphaniche, came out in 1989, and he went on to write numerous other books, including Vacca d'un Cane and a series of novels co-written with Loriano Machiavelli. For 20 years, from 1965 to 1985, he also taught Italian at the Bologna campus of Dickinson College. Over his career, he collected numerous honors, including multiple Targa Tenco and Premio Tenco awards, 2 of the most prestigious recognitions in Italian songwriting, along with an honorary degree in education sciences from the University of Bologna in 2002. The tributes pouring in since his death reflect just how deeply Guccini's music and writing were woven into Italian identity. Former Prime Minister Romano Prodi said the Emilia-Romagna region had lost one of its great masters, describing Guccini as a singular voice capable of capturing the land, its people, and its everyday joys and nostalgia through both his music and his writing. Rome's mayor, Roberto Galtieri, wrote that Guccini told the story of Italy with extraordinary depth and humanity, giving voice to the dreams, doubts, battles, and fragilities of entire generations. Nobel laureate Dario Fo once described him as a voice of truth, while fellow songwriter Roberto Vecchioni called him a singer of thoughts rather than simply a singer of stories, a description that seems to sum up his entire career. What made Guccini so beloved was a flash or spectacle. It was honesty. His songs turned the lives of ordinary people, personal memories, and political and social reflection into something that felt like literature you could sing along to. His lyrics are studied in Italian schools to this day, a rare distinction for any songwriter and a testament to how seriously his work was regarded, not just as entertainment, but as genuine cultural documentation. His last major interview, published in Corriere della Sera on December 31st, was described by commentators as characteristically frank and clear-eyed, right up until the very end. Francesco Guccini leaves behind his wife, Raffaella, and his daughter, Teresa, along with an entire body of work that will likely be studied, sung, and revisited for generations. In September, fans across Italy will get the chance to gather and properly honor a man who spent his whole life giving words to the lives of everyday people.